Step one is spiritual brokenness.
Okay, let me ask you something before you start.
Okay.
Is this something that is this from the Recovery Bible?
This is from this.
12 steps for Christians. Okay. Spiritual brokenness is step one, you're saying.
Spiritual brokenness is step one. Because step one in the Bible is Romans chapter 7, verse 18. The things that I want to do, I do not. The things that I don't want to do is what I do. Okay, that's step one. But spiritual brokenness is the state of humility that comes from acknowledging one's human limitations, imperfections, and a deep need for grace. So when you acknowledge that, you know you need help. But it's not until you acknowledge that you're broken. Who wants to look and see that they broken? Because I have to project this image that I'm strong.
Yeah.
And broken shows weakness.
Yeah.
So I can't show people I'm weak. So this is why it's so hard to get that step, because if I work step one right, guess what? All the rest of the steps will fall in place. That's what my sponsor told me. He said, Patrice, if you work step one right, the rest of them will fall in place. If you struggle with a step, you need to ask yourself, what is it that I don't want to let go?
If you work step one right, the rest of the steps will fall in place.
Absolutely.
Because if you can get your head around step one, that means you're in a place of desperation.
Yeah.
And it takes being in a place of desperation for your heart to soften enough and for you to have enough humility for your ears to open up enough to what somebody else is trying to tell you.
Yeah. Because if you work step one perfectly, you'll realize one thing. And you know what that thing is?
You don't got it.
You don't got no power.
Yeah.
You ain't got no juice.
I ain't got it. I ain't got the juice.
You know what I'm saying? If you just, and that takes a lot to realize. That takes a lot to realize. Especially when you already feel you something. And now you broke down to nothing? And you mean to tell me, how am I going to deal with that? How am I going to look at that? I was told by a man of God years ago, the way up is down.
What do you mean?
The way up is down. If you want to go up, you got to humble yourself. It's a humility thing. The way up is down. You got to be humble.
Ah, man, I think we got to find a way to really attack that. You know what I mean? And like, there's a couple ways you can go about it. It's like, you know, I want to just be like, and I've said this before, but it's safe to say that if you're sitting in these seats, you don't got it all figured out. You're not in here because you got it all figured out. Make that make sense to me. So if that's the case, you know, are you willing to admit that? Are you willing to admit that?
No.
If that's the case, if you can get to that point, we can work with you.
But you know what? One thing, like, I want to tell you, like my sponsor told me, one thing I had to realize what helped me coin in on dealing with people, and he said this, and I see it today, every time when we ever go to the lake house, or I'm in any situation, only one that can change anything is God. Everybody don't want what God is offering. You gonna always have opposition. Everybody, you gonna always have people buck up. You gonna always have resistance. Why? Because it's going against. It's going against. When you in treatment, I was in treatment, you was in treatment. A lot of times we fought is because it was going to go up against what we believe, our principles, our perception. Until we realized that, no, that ain't right. So we had to give up. We surrendered. We realized we was powerless.
I just know that I knew that if I didn't figure something out, I was not going to survive. You know,
and what was the key to that?
Desperate. I was desperate. I became desperate. I know that I got to a point to where I went through treatment once, got healthy, got a little bit of faculties about me, got a couple pairs of jeans, and thought I had it, right? And then going out there and failing so miserably, it was humiliating. It was humiliating. I didn't even want to come back here, you know? But it was also humbling.
Why? Because when I come back, now I got to retire everything that I thought I knew.
And whatever came out of my mouth before.
I got to retire that. I got to check that in at the door. I got to check that in at the door. That's why my sponsor told me. He said, when you go into treatment, Patrice, he said, for the first 60 days, do not open your mouth. Man, that was an ego crusher. He said, don't open your mouth. He said, because you gonna kill somebody with that information you got. Because guess what? If it didn't help you, how is it gonna help somebody else?
Yeah.
So when I came back in treatment, I shut up. I didn't say nothing. I didn't know nothing. Because whatever I knew kept the stem in my mouth, kept the bottle in my hand, kept me popping pills. So guess what? I need to be quiet and learn something. Garbage in, garbage out.